All right, this is the final video, and this is the video on marking someone hired. So this will show you how the information updates from Salesforce, from DocuSign into Salesforce, and how you actually mark someone hired and pass the baton. So the last video we finished by looking at the confirmation email that all the parties have completed paperwork. Now what we'll do is we'll go back into Salesforce as Adam. Let's see, maybe I'm already in there. I am. So we'll go there and we'll look at this candidate. Now, you can find them with several different ways. You can go ahead and put their name in the search bar and find them. Let's say if I wanted to say Denver 2, that guy, I go to search. One thing I want to emphasize, though, is that when you do this, when you search for somebody like this, you're going to have a lot of, you see a lot of names here that has that in there. You want to always go to the opportunity. You have lots of accounts and activities and files, all that in there, but the opportunity is the one that you guys will always click on. You saw me also click on the opportunities tab here, where you'll see opportunities that are available, but sometimes you'll see every opportunity in your district, so this won't be as easy as just searching. Yeah. So just searching by the name and then clicking on this. I'm going to give you a much easier way at the very end. I just wanted to show you that. So now that we're in this opportunity, I want you to notice, first of all, that a bunch of fields have been filled in. There's a bunch of stuff that just translates over from DocuSign into the system. You see the sole proprietor and all of the E&O selection, and you see social. You can't see the social, but you can see that it's been filled in. So first things first, I want to make sure that you remember here that required field of the tax classification, if it was exempt, one of these five boxes here would be empty instead of one of them being checked. One of them has to be checked. More than one should not be checked. So one of them has to be checked. So if you happen to look and see one of them isn't checked, you know that you're not going to be able to mark them hired at that point. So I'm going to go through and do a couple of errors here so you can see what happens with the error messages. So first I'm going to mark this person hired, right? They're complete with paperwork, they're complete with license. Let's see what happens when I mark them hired. It's going to tell me that the hired date has to be a Friday. Okay, what does that mean? Well, let me show you. I'm going to go back here and just pretend like we didn't do that. Okay, so the first step in marking someone hired is marking the hired date before you mark the stage. Okay, so you've got to do both of these. So here's what we do. We go here and we scroll down again to the dates, the life cycle dates, and we go and mark the person hired. But let's say you forget that they have to be on a Friday. Let's say you try to put it on a Wednesday. I go to hit save. It's going to throw up another error message. Hired stage date must be set to the Friday. What does that mean? Well, this marks a departure to the way that we've been doing it in Searchlight. In Searchlight, we simply put the day, anywhere from a range of the Thursday to the Wednesday prior to training. That was good for us. We just went in and marked it, right? But it was creating a lot of extra work at corporate. So what we now have done is made you guys put the official hire dates. And the official hire dates are always the Friday before they begin training. So let's pretend like this person is going to begin training on the 25th. I know that is Thanksgiving, but this video is going to last, so let's just roll with it, all right? So this person is going to begin training on that Monday. Well, the hire date should always be the Friday before training, the Friday before the following Monday that training will begin, okay? Now, just so as not to confuse you guys, we're actually going to use the 15th. So let's just say the training date was the 18th. We're going to use the 15th as the hire date. So again, if I try to mark something other than a Friday, it's going to give me an error message. But if I mark the 15th, I'll be golden. Now, here's the reason we do this, because even though we're putting them in the system on a Tuesday or Wednesday, the official date ends out is going to always be the Friday before training. Now, it could be a month from now. They finished paperwork, they've transferred their license, but they're just going to start training after they get back from their Hawaiian vacation or whatever. I don't know what it is, You can still go ahead and mark this so long as you mark the hire date as the Friday before that day in December when they're going to begin training. Okay? You can go ahead and mark it at this point. The only caveat is here that the Wednesday cutoff date still remains. There will be a timestamp on these things. This thing has to be timestamped before the end of business day on Wednesday before you begin training that following Monday. So I can't just go in and sneak it in just because I entered the Friday date here. I can't sneak it in on Thursday because the cutoff date time is still that Wednesday night. So everybody will have time to process what they need to at corporate. Okay. So again, cut off on Wednesday night, except I'm putting the hired stage date as Friday. The system won't let me go forward. Now I've got the hired stage date in. Now I just need to mark the candidate as hired. This is important. Even if you have the date in there, if you do not mark the candidate as hired, the baton is not passed. Okay? So you've got to pass the baton. Just like it was passed to you from the recruiter, now you've got to pass the baton to corporate and let them do what they need to do on their end. Okay? So that's all that you need to do. Mark the hire date as a Friday once everything is done. Now, if I go try to hit save now, and this wasn't complete or something on the paperwork is complete, I throw another area saying, hey, W-9 needs to be completed or something like that. Call the candidate. So you will not be able to send it forward until everything is complete. Now, what I'll do is hit save here. Now you have passed baton. It is gone. So the last thing I'll show you on this video is, wouldn't it be nice if you could just go to one place, and manage all of your people, right? So that's what we're going to do, and I want to show you how that works, okay? You have a queue that we've created for you. So you don't have to go into these opportunities and continually like search and go in with name. But you've got enough to do without having to look for things. You just want a queue where all of your stuff that you need to do resides. Well, that is here. So I'm going to click on the opportunity screen. And what you'll do here is click DC Opportunities in Progress. DC Opportunities in Progress. So I clicked Opportunities. Now I'm going to select DC Opportunities in Progress and hit Go. When I do, this will show you all of the stuff that you are working. So let's just say, for instance, that this Denver 2 person declines. That once you send them paperwork, they change their mind. You tell your recruiter, hey, Denver 2 just declined. You need to mark them declined in the system. So we go in and mark Denver 2 declined by clicking on their name. So the recruiter does that, and then guess what? When you log into your queue next time, that person is just going to be not there. Okay. Also, you go back in with this person and mark them. Mark them verbally accepted again. Hit save. Now they will be there. Now what I'll do is I'll go in and mark this person hired by going down here and going to the hired stage date, marking them hired for Friday, and then marking them hired. And now the person is no longer in my queue. Okay, that does it for this video. And that is it on the series. Please watch all of these videos as much as needed in order to get this down pat. Also remember, continue to send yourself paperwork and do these for yourself so you're not doing this for the first time with the candidate.